Hey, so this will be the third part in my Ryan Tedder monthly course series review video thing. Yeah, it's been great. The last section was all about collaboration, which I did with another Australian artist, Amy Francis. So let's dive into the computer and we can talk a bit more about what went on. All right, so you can see here part 3, collaboration and the sound of an artist. I'm still struggling saying artist. Artist always seems so uppity. But anyways, yeah, so in this section, Ryan worked with an artist called Cautious Clay, who I first heard about through John Mayer Current Mood. And yeah, it was really interesting. This is a full track with like full production, and you're basically a fly on the wall for this section. So it's not Ryan's not really talking to the camera. Neither's Cautious, Mr. Clay, Cautious. Neither's the collaborator. But yeah, there was a lot of content in there, and it went through all the processes of collaborating and writing and recording as kind of a duo. Ryan did speak initially about collaboration and how you need to get to know the artist and kind of talk just in general conversation before you start writing. Don't just kind of walk into a room and say, what's your verse idea? Like just talk about what's going on in your life, what you're up to, what you're worried about, what's inspiring you, different things. And a lot of the time that's where the song idea will come out of. And it also kind of helps remove and break down those barriers just so everyone's comfortable, and then later down the track that'll let you have those vulnerable ideas. So you can see through here, collaboration part 1, collaboration part 2, 3 and 4, so it's split up in that way. And yeah, in this, both artists took turns on the vocals once they got to that stage. The majority of the verse 2, I guess, and melody was Cautious Clay's. Ryan did kind of lead a fair bit, I thought, in this session. I think when you kind of you're that prolific and just good at your art, you probably can't help not do that. So yeah, you could kind of feel that in some parts, but it was I didn't get the feeling that it was like, shh, cautious, like I'm working here. Like it wasn't that way. So they worked on a song though called Problems. It kind of had 808s in a trap hats, piano. It had a line in there called I hope you do the Carly Rae and Call Me Maybe. I just watched a video the other day, which I'll link down below, about the Cisco Thong song, and they actually got sued and lost a lot of the ownership of the song because they said she's living La Vida Loca. So yeah, let's hope they don't get sued if they release this song. But yeah, so you kind of went through those parts, watched as a fly on the wall, which was great, and then it was up to kind of project 3, A and B, which was collaborating with someone else. It didn't have to be from the course, but I chose to collaborate with Amy because she was doing the course as well, a singer-songwriter I know and producer from Australia. And yeah, we started on an idea that I had that was similar kind of to Adele, Rumor Has It, in a way, that kind of vibe. Spoiler, we didn't finish the song, unfortunately. As you can see here, it's 75% complete, so I failed, but there is lots happening, and yeah, we'll get to the song eventually. It'll happen, but to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, and this is really rough, but this is kind of the vibe that we had going. so that's kind of the vibe that we had, which is cool. We both kind of dug it, but yeah, it was just we're both doing other courses as well, plus working on production, plus working and life and whatnot. So that was a little bit rushed, I guess. The end part of that, because you really only kind of had 3 to 4 days to get the finished product completed, which yeah, turned out to be difficult, but we've got the track there. We worked on. We've pretty much got the whole song mapped out. It's just yeah, we need to kind of tidy it up and get that sorted to release and pitch. So I'm looking forward to that when we get to that part. But the course kind of wrapped up with a video that Ryan put together on how to keep learning. And just he spoke about the one thing I guess that kind of stuck out was about collaboration, which funnily enough this section was all about. But just talking about that's a really important part of making it in the industry, and also kind of growing your fan base. You might work with someone else and their fan base might really adore you, and you could gain a lot of people who like your music from that. So that was a good bit good thing to kind of end on, I guess, and just wrap everything up in a nice little package. So yeah, I mean that's kind of my experience with the course. There's so much content and video. There's so many videos in there to watch that it's hard to review this. And I'm not a YouTube reviewer, but I've had fun making these videos. I've been asked a lot if I'd recommend the course, and absolutely I would. Ryan's at the top of his game. He's prolific. He's uber talented. I'm sure he snores hit melodies in his sleep. And I think everyone at different levels will have takeaways from it. So from beginner right through to pro. I just think, yeah, it's not, the course isn't directed at one of those specifically, which some people, aren't happy about. And yeah, you're not going to please everyone. But this course was a really great glimpse into Ryan's process. And yeah, one of the masters just kind of doing what he does. With the course, what they could have done better. Obviously, it's monthly, so they've got to fit it into a month. But the course really challenges you to kind of learn, but also then apply what you're learning with the challenges each week, which is great. The peer-to-peer feedback, I did find that frustrating. And I think they could have engaged people that are actually successful in the industry, or have Ryan's tick of approval to give feedback on the songs. There was kind of, they could have split the groups up into 30 or 50 people, and that's what those people were there for. And maybe that would cost a premium, but I think it would be worth it, because with the peer-to-peer feedback, it was just frustrating. You don't go to college or to school and have your fellow students mark your essays. Maybe like a pop quiz where they just go through and A, B, C, or D they'll mark, but not a essay. That it just didn't make sense, and they kind of forced people to do it in the course to move on to the next section, or to get that 100% complete. So sometimes it wasn't helpful feedback or constructive. Some was, don't get me wrong, but other parts it was just people writing things to write something sometimes. So that wasn't the best, I guess. But the other thing that they could have done better, I guess, as well, they did mention in the course, that Ryan would pop in from time to time, or might pop in from time to time, I think was the wording. And yeah, I mean, he popped in once and gave a review on 10 tracks. So yeah, take that as you will. He's a busy guy. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need to be listening to 1,000 random tracks. He could be writing 1,000 hit songs. But yeah, they're kind of my thoughts. If you've got any questions about the course, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Just leave them in the comments below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The only other thing as well, I guess, which song did I like the best? Ryan did 3 songs in the course, and I think I liked the first song the best. It just kind of was the closest to the music that I make and like, I guess, which isn't a good or bad thing. That was just the one that resonated the most with me. If you took the course, I'd love to hear which song you like the best. And yeah, I think I will do another monthly course somewhere down the road. There's a couple of other cool ones that I like the look of. But yeah, that is the Ryan Tedder monthly course, and hope you're safe and healthy, and have a good one.